right. So I'm currently on the phone with Gabo. He's another musician that reached out about the current interview series. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the chance to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Gabo. I am a musician from Bolivia. Right now, I'm living in Long Beach, California. Yeah, that's my main career. I'm a musician. I'm a guitar player. That's my main instrument. I also play piano a little bit and some percussion, but guitar is my main instrument. I have 15 years of experience with the instrument, and I do play classical guitar as well, electric guitar. I play like a variety of musics, right? Like Latin music, rock, metal, but I'm mainly a rock musician.
Excellent. Very cool. So with these interviews, I always like to kind of figure out how somebody first got into music. So why don't you give me some detail about, how you first found music, what about it was inspiring and made you want to pursue it?
For me, like first I start with the guitar as because of my friends, because in school, like some friends, they were trying to make a band, like, and we just decide randomly, right? Like, who's gonna play guitar? I say, okay, I'll play guitar. Who's gonna play drums? It was really
Mhm.
random, right?
Sure.
In that moment, and we made the band, and we found that we have kind of that talent to make it. When I was around like 19 years old, um, I start taking this more serious, right? I keep watching like these great guitar players, right? Like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, John Petrucci, and also from the other side, like the classical guitar players, that it was really calling me like to learn like how to play classical guitar, right? Guitar players like Russell, Yamashita, and yeah, that really inspires me like to follow this career, the sound of the guitar, like how powerful it was, like how you can be able to like move, like to spread an idea. I think that was my main inspiration to this career, and also the freedom that you have with music, right? Like you don't really have to work for somebody else. You can make your own project, or you can give your own ideas, and you can express yourself like more free. That's what really like gets me into music.
Sure, definitely. That's very cool. So, you kind of described that you had an ambition to learn guitar and play guitar and get into it. At what point do you think you kind of felt it would be a good move for you to start playing with other musicians?
Oh, like since the beginning. For me, like it was since the beginning. I think that's the way that you can grow as a musician. It's I think it's the most important thing for every musician, like to play with other musicians. I know that nowadays, like a lot of musicians, they like to just practice on their own. But my advice is like play with other musicians. That's how you're gonna grow up. And obviously, like you have to look for the best too, so you can learn from them. And that's what I did, like since the beginning. Like since I started that band when I was like 15 years old in school. Uh, I started playing with these guys. Then I saw like other better musicians. I start playing with them. Then I keep looking. I keep looking, and like I can tell you now, I'm making my album with Marco Miniman. That is one of the best drummers in the whole planet, and that's what I'm looking for. Always like play with the best musicians. You're gonna learn a lot from them.
Sure. So, you kind of touched base a bit about what you're currently working on now, but how many steps did it take to get you to where you are? What sort of kind of fumbles did you make along the way that made you realize where you needed to go?
Wow, that was really, that was a whole journey for me. Because in my country first, it's a really conservative and kind of close-minded like country, right? Like the way that people think. So it was hard for me like to convince my parents, especially, to like let me follow this career, that it was a passion, right? but my way was like to show them that I was gonna make this in a professional way. So that means that I was gonna be serious, right? Like if I have to practice, I'm gonna practice like every day, this amount of hours. I'm gonna play shows. I'm gonna have my plans and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I start looking for more. So that's when I start the Conservatory of Music in Bolivia, like to learn classical music, like to study, because I
Mm-hmm.
start this just by myself. But it's always like good, like to learn from an academy, right? Because they have like steps that you have can follow to improve like your knowledge, your skills, and that's what I did. I finished my career in classical guitar, and at the same time I learned how to read music, how to write music, and then I keep looking for more. So I decide I have to go out. I have to go where I can learn about like jazz music. I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking a lot about jazz music, and yeah, like I applied to a couple of schools here in the USA, and I got a scholarship to study at McNally Smith College of Music. And yeah, that's how I get here, and I'm learning about like that, like blues, jazz, like something that is really like from here, right? Like something
Mm-hmm.
that born here.
Sure.
And yeah, I'm always like playing with musicians. That's what keeps me going and going.
Sure, definitely. So, you mentioned there that you started your own music academy before you even came to the United States.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, my own, no, no. I started in like in the Conservatory of Music. Like I will teach music too, like in Bolivia. But no, I don't have my academy there.
Okay, okay. I misunderstood. So you were a teacher at the academy and a student.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha,
That's what I
gotcha.
did. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to make my own academy. Like after I don't know, like I realized I accomplish. I mean, like my dreams, my like what I want to do. I'm sure I would love to like open an academy, so I would love to teach. You know, like especially in my country, right? Like all the
Hmm.
experiences that I have, all this amazing knowledge, and yeah, I would love to do that.
Awesome, very cool. So, once you did come to the States and you went through college at McNally Smith, I assume you were able to connect with a bunch of different musicians through college.
I was, and I realized how important is that, like to make connections in college, right? Like, because I still work with a lot of people that I met there, and some of my teachers even like they work for like great musicians, like for Prince or for Whitney Houston, and I'm still in touch with them because they can give me advice, or sometimes we can even work together. They help me to move my own project, and with the students as well. Like I've been working with a lot of them, like making projects here, even like with people that they decide to like follow the career of photography, right? Like I keep in touch with them. It was a really important part of this whole process.
Sure, definitely. So, give me some background on, what you're currently working on. What projects are you involved in? Are you working with other musicians? Are you doing like production yourself kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, right now, like I had my projects in Minnesota, like really good projects, but I was looking for more, and also I couldn't handle the winter anymore. It was too much in Minnesota, so that's why I decided to move to this side of the country,
Okay.
and and because of the pandemic, I got to finish my music, like my own music. So that's what I'm doing right now. I put together this project, and it's all my original music. It's called Inti. Inti. It's INTI. That means inner nature of taint innocence. And yeah, it's all my music. It's a mix of everything, like of Latin music, progressive rock, jazz, like fusion, like it's everything there, and it's a really honest project because I really want to express myself. Like I don't really want to be a project that is gonna be focused just on like one path. Like okay, this project is gonna be funky. This project is gonna be rock. No, this is like everything. It's experimental project.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. We're in the process of we just released the first single called Stages, and I'm working right now on the whole album, but we're gonna release one more single that is gonna come like in a couple of weeks. And yeah, we're just working so hard on that. We also release a video for Stages that you can find it on YouTube.
Nice. So you mentioned that you're kind of doing staggering releases for your singles. Do you think that's a good release cadence that you're going to pursue, is doing, a single every couple months rather than doing like a full-length album every, year or so?
I think like because this project is new, I think it's always better to start like with like step by step. And it was kind of like a realization for me, like because I'm coming like from like 10 years ago I would release like a whole album, but I think nowadays because of technology and how you distribute everything, it's better to do it like a single if you're not like a big artist, right? And yeah, it's working actually. Like that's why I'm gonna release these two singles and then the full album, like ones that I can attract more attention, right?
Sure, definitely.
And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And also like because we were lucky to have Marco Miniman, that's helping us a lot too. So yeah.
Awesome. So why don't you kind of share a couple memories of your time playing music, whether it was, back in your home country or college here or working on your new stuff, that kind of stand out to you and keep you motivated, something that was really important to you?
Well, something really, really important for me was especially to go to concerts. Go to concerts. It's a key part for me, for like to learn to, and also play concerts. So I have great memories about like I had a friend, that his name is Luigi. And he's a great guitar player, because that happened when I was in high school. Like when I was in high school, I thought I was like great, like, because I was in my bubble on high school. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Gabo is great. Yeah, but once that I hear this guy playing, he was like another level. So that really like helped me to like, oh my God, and I have to practice more. I have to follow. And I asked him, how are you practicing? What is your what is your methodology, right, to be that good? And yeah, he helped me a lot. That would be a really nice memory. And then like memories from concerts, I think like I remember my first concert, especially with classical guitar, right? You have to confront like a whole audience by yourself alone. That was really hard the first time because I'll be shaking. I had to really confront my fears, and I remember my hand was shaking. I was kind of getting sweaty, but then they teach you how to breathe and start. That was a great memory. That's when I start my thing with music. Like I have to confront the public, so I have to do this often so I can feel more relaxed. And now I feel the stage like home. I feel good in the stage now. I don't really feel that fear as I had it before.
Sure, definitely. That's very cool. So you mentioned that you're putting stuff out there. Where can people find you and follow you on social media and stuff?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is Gabo Bloco. It's like Gabo Bloco. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but that's my name. and then on Instagram for my project, it's Inti, INTI. And we're also on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm like Gabo Blondel. That's my last name. And for my project, it's Inti, INTA. And YouTube. I have a YouTube channel as well, Gabo Blondel, and for Inti, INTA. Yeah.
Perfect. And so I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So just a message that you feel you resonate with that you want to put out there.
Um, Work hard, be patient, and especially be passionate about what you're doing, and never stop dreaming, because like you're gonna regret if you don't follow that dream, because at the end life is short, and that's it.